Hi, this is your Textile Entertainment TV and I'm Darya, a surface pattern and textile designer and artist. On this channel, I'm talking about textiles, pattern, color, and artwork. Patterns are everywhere. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell icon so you don't miss any videos that I post. And the next video, of course, will be 10 worst things about textile design. You can't miss that, right? Today we'll be talking about what makes a textile designer job the best job in the world. In this video, I'll be talking mostly about creating repeating patterns with some honorary mentions of other types of textile design. If you haven't seen my video about 19 kinds of textile design, please do check it out. I worked really hard on it. It has a lot of information, a lot of photographs and examples. I will leave the link in description. Are you ready? Let's dive in. 11 most satisfying things about textile design in no particular order. The first one is gratitude, recognition, and credit. I think this one caters to one of the most vital human needs of being appreciated and even celebrated, or at least accepted, right? The very best case scenario is when the amount of work you have put into creating a pattern equals the return. For instance, you get to collaborate with an amazing brand or finally launch your dream product. Patterns can be very different in complexity and use, and none are better or worse than others. For example, a simple star toss has just a different usage and clearly took a different effort from creating this, for example. This is my postal reminiscence pattern that I created using paintings and drawings done across several years. It took a lot of hard work creating the motifs, cleaning the scans, assembling the collage into a repeat unit. I have created several patterns like this, and every time it's an endeavor, especially for Adobe Photoshop, because it's really difficult to handle. So after hours of work, going through multiple Photoshop crashes, sprinkling it with my blood, sweat, and tears, on the brink of a nervous breakdown, I finally completed it. I entered it in a Spoonflower design challenge with the topic of snail mail, and it caught the eye of a fashion designer, Jasmine Abu Naba, who is based in the Dominican Republic. She reached out to me saying that she was immediately very drawn to my pattern. It speaks so well to her brand aesthetic, and she is going to make a beautiful collection out of it. And she did do it in the end. She created a gorgeous women's and kids collection using the fabric with my design. A Honduran fashion designer, blogger, and entrepreneur, Atenas Hernandez, wore a couple pieces from this collection when she was photographed for a magazine shoot and cover. Her daughter is wearing an adorable romper from the same collection. This was definitely my shining moment as a textile designer, even though the credit, of course, goes first to Jasmine, the creator of the apparel. In my fantasy, each of my patterns should have a life like this, but the reality is different. In this case, the amount of work has definitely paid off for me. But I would also like to warn you not to get too caught up in external praise. It's very important to take care of your artistic core and make sure you get to create at least some artwork from a place of your true inspiration. Sometimes a textile designer is not given credit. It's quite common in the field, and it's a good idea to learn to take it easy. I'm still working on that. Number 2 is, of course, creativity. Textile designer is an immensely creative job. So good for your inner child, playful, fun, vibrant, so full of different creative opportunities, such as number 3, the variety of use of textile designs. They can be used for phone cases, interior furnishings, kitchen towels, clothes, swimsuits, paper napkins, and so much more. It also crosses with surface pattern design, right? It doesn't have to be on fabric. It can be a phone case like this. This is not my design, by the way. You can settle for one niche or keep switching it up and trying them all out. Your pick. Number 4 is the variety of techniques that you can work in. Are you a digital soul? Use Procreate software for iPad to create artwork on the go. This is quickly becoming a new industry staple. This style is really trending right now. You always have the options to work in Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop, or Photoshop too. Do you like getting your hands dirty in the studio? I do. Then all the range of traditional painting and drawing media is for you. My weapon of choice is watercolor, gouache, and ink. You eventually end up digitizing any artwork these days, but it's up to you how your creative juices start brewing and you make motifs for your new pattern design. Number 5 is impeccable repeats. One of my personal favorite things about textile and surface design is the mathematical magic of a repeat. After you've designed a repeating tile, you can fill your entire screen with it, sit back and enjoy the endless ocean of design. Extra points for making patterns that flow impeccably without errors, empty spaces, and what is called letters. Really soothes your inner perfectionist if you do it right. Number 6 is colorways. Colorways are different color variations of the same design. If you love color, this might be your jam. Color sets the mood and can change the design from everyday to Christmas to moody, tropical to baby in seconds. It doesn't always work for all of these in one design, but it can. Number 7, getting tactile. Now I would like to celebrate some traditional manual techniques such as painting, weaving, dyeing, block printing. It can be so meditative, relaxing, and satisfying. If you need a better understanding of those, I have a video with lots of examples. It's good to take a break from digital sometimes. You could sew something with a fabric that you've designed, for example, or create motifs for your next textile design using gouache or a marker. Number 8, I'm not gonna use my fingers anymore. Okay, number 8. Gosh. Number 8 is seeing your work used. I haven't met a single surface designer who isn't thrilled about seeing their patterns put to use. When you pick up an actual product with your pattern, it instantly teleports you to the moon, baby. Sometimes makers reinterpret the design in the way you never imagined. I'm not talking about unauthorized knockoffs, okay? Here is an example. It's a pattern of mine that was kind of an afterthought because I had a cute daffodil motif, so I made a simple half drop repeat. A company called Robot Bunnies, how cool is the name, spotted the fabric on Spoonflower and made this kick-ass bucket hat. I would have never thought of it, but I love it. Turns out there is a demand for daffodil prints. I could see people responding so well to it. They were sharing it on social media and Instagram stories, commenting how cute the print is. Cheers to Robot Bunnies for the perfect vision. And that brings us to point number 9, which is making people happy. Prints have so much capacity to bring joy. Don't tell me you don't have silly pajamas with a print. Mine are with frogs, okay? Or your dog doesn't own a patterned bandana. I will never believe that you don't have anything like that. I remember I got a little teary-eyed one day at my in-house stationery design job when I was thinking about kids unwrapping Christmas gifts from the cute wrapping paper we were designing. It was a little perplexing to my coworkers, okay? But yes, I'm like that, a sentimental pattern addict. Number 10 is going global. Your work gets to be used around the world. My favorite part about licensing some of my patterns through Shutterstock is looking at the map. You don't have any information about the customer on that platform except for the city and country they downloaded it from. Sometimes it can be a town you grew up in or would like to visit, or a really distant exotic location. My personal records are Madagascar, South Africa, New Zealand. Actually, this one's pretty common. I mean, can you imagine something you've drawn on your kitchen table used for koala blankets in Australia? How cool is that? I read a really successful stock illustrator's post saying there isn't a grocery store in any country she's visiting where she does not see her work on packaging, mostly juice boxes, because she does a lot of photorealistic fruit illustrations. This could be turned into travel goals. Your work is there, now you gotta go visit the country. Number 11 is creating products to your taste. Can't find a roller skating lizard phone case? Make one. Do you have a very specific idea that no one has laid their hands on yet? Well, get your sketchbook out. A couple of years ago, we went on vacation to the Bahamas, and it was particularly mesmerizing for me to see the swimming pigs who live on a distant tropical island and bask in the open ocean waters like there are some dolphins. We did sail on a tour to that particular island, and just like the locals were warning us, the pigs weren't the best part of the tour. But I was really inspired still, and when a non-conventional toile spoonflower challenge came up, I just drew swimming pigs in the traditional toile technique. I looked it up beforehand and I found no other designs with swimming pigs, so I just made it. I had a large wallpaper order of this design from Australia a couple months later, as well as this flying pig named Valentina de Suino, also wallpaper and also from Australia. So you know what I'm saying, just create your own universe. Valentina de Suino is actually a figurine who lives in my studio, and my daughter was sitting with me and playing one day and like dressing the pig up, and she just gave her a name, Valentina de Suino, and it stuck, and I think it's very cool. There she is. Look at her. Isn't she pretty? Isn't she cute? Do we look alike? So this was my top 11 great things about textile design. What do you guys think? Do you have any other cool things that I missed? What is your favorite aspect of textile design? Let me know in the comments. Like I mentioned in the beginning, I'm working on the next video about some negative sides of textile design. Hopefully that will be interesting too. If you've enjoyed the video, I would appreciate a like. It helps me promote my channel, and don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and check out my spoonflower shop. And remember, patterns and textiles are everywhere.